Canadian obesity rates are at an all-time high.
And has Rob Ford been caught up in another conflict of interest case? Humber News starts now.
Hello, it's Thursday, February 28th. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Jesse Baines. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Katie Boyven. Ahead on our show, we have all your news and sports highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, our top story.
Obesity rates have increased across Canada. According to the new study, between 1/4 and 1/3 of Canadians are obese. Researchers mapped rates across the nation for more than a decade to show how much obesity numbers have grown over time. Humber reporter Stephen Donkers has more on this story.
Wyatt Hawk is a full-time fitness and health promotion student who says he has always worked hard on staying fit and healthy. But he's concerned that his younger brother is growing up with an unhealthy lifestyle.
Well, yesterday I came home and my 7-year-old brother was on the computer playing on my dad's cell phone and watching TV at the same time while eating chips.
According to a University of British Columbia study, obesity rates have increased all over Canada. These are the obesity rates for each province and territory in the year 2000. The current data for the year 2011 shows northern and eastern Canada at the highest levels, and other provinces, like Ontario, have increased as well. According to a 2009 Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development study, Canada is one of the higher rated countries for obesity in adults. The OECD has also said while there have been surges in unhealthy lifestyles, the increase is actually slow. Humber Fitness Coordinator Leanne Henwood-Adams says while it's good the increase is small, some people should change their approach to healthy choices.
People need to really look at ways that they can have some fun with it. You know, being healthy as far as eating and being active doesn't have to be what that mentality is out there.
The top countries with the highest obesity rates are the United States, Mexico, and New Zealand. Stephen Donkers, Humber News.
The Toronto Transit Commission is set to debut their first customer charter today. After negative scrutiny for both booth collectors sleeping on the job and texting bus drivers, the TTC looks to clean up its act with the new charter. The TTC CEO and chair are expected to announce several commitments the TTC will look to uphold this year. The transit agency will follow in the footsteps of other Canadian and international transit companies in the new customer charter.
Mayor Rob Ford's Football Foundation is once again campaigning for donations, and registered lobbyists are still on the mailing list. A Toronto Star report raises questions about whether this means Ford is again violating conflict of interest regulations. The mayor was nearly ousted in January because he had taken charity from city lobbyists. The paper is reporting 2 lobbyists received fundraising letters signed by the mayor just days after Ford won his appeal. The president of the Canadian National Exhibition Association also received a letter, which raises some questions since Ford has a direct influence on the exhibition's interactions with the city.
Ontario's Information and Privacy Commissioner Anne Cavoukian says city councillors' records should be transparent. Currently, councillors aren't subject to Freedom of Information requests because they aren't considered city employees. The commissioner has recommended changing that. This change would make it easier for the public and media to see where councillors have spent their money. If the laws in Ontario are changed, there is a possibility it would affect transparency laws across the country.
Toronto police are asking for information about a suspect after a man was stabbed on a subway train Wednesday night. Police were called to Davisville subway station on the Yonge University Spadina line just after 10 p.m. They say the suspect had been harassing passengers on the train. The victim was stabbed in the neck after he confronted the suspect. The suspect is described as a black man, 6 feet tall and in his 30s. He was wearing a black hoodie, black pants, and carrying a white plastic bag. Police say the suspect is considered armed and dangerous.
Talking on the phone while making a left-hand turn at an intersection might be one of the most dangerous things you can do on the road. That's according to neuroscientists at St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto. Researchers imaged the brain to see how it copes with multiple tasks. They found that when adding a distraction, such as speaking on a hands-free cell phone while making a left-hand turn, the entire brain lit up. When driving straight or making a right-hand turn, only certain areas of the brain lit up. The study included 16 participants between the ages of 20 to 30 who had all been driving an average of 7 years.
When we come back, we'll have more news from around the country and world. Andrew Millichamp will have your sports news, and Kelly Snyder will have your weather forecast.
The snow and rain has calmed and there's a peak of sunshine. What does this mean for the next couple of days? I'll have your 5-day weather forecast after the break.